with David J. Maloney. This week, David talks to Harlem Globetrotter Brianna Hoops Green and visits Big Play Entertainment Center in Biloxi with this month's musical guests, Tyler Livingston and the Absolutes. Now here's your host, David J. Maloney.
Welcome to everyone at home and in our studio audience to the weekly show. I am your host, David J. Maloney, and to my right, subbing in for the Mogiles, it is Tyler Livingston and the Absolutes. In Memphis, a girls' high school basketball team is being called unsportsmanlike after winning a game 110-2. Obviously, it was a humiliating loss for their opponents, the Golden State Warriors. There is talk of a Toy Story 5 being made. And in this one, Andy's in his 50s, smokes medical marijuana, and has to take Viagra. That way he still has a Buzz and a Woody. That's Speaking of weed, states with legal marijuana are running TV commercials warning smokers against stoned driving. To reach their target audience, the ads are airing on the Cartoon Network. Let's see. Sesame Street has just announced it is introducing its first homeless Muppet on the show. Wait a minute. Hasn't, Oscar the Grouch lived in a garbage can for, the past 50 years? And China's birth rate has hit its lowest level in 70 years. As a result, some factories have been forced to hire adults. It's a bad joke, but it's appropriate social commentary. Lindsay Lohan has announced she is releasing a second album. The drop rate for this LP is odd because she still hasn't apologized for her first album. So this week, we got a chance to go off-site to Big Play right here in Biloxi to see what they have going on and to chat with one of the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters about their amazing history and upcoming performance at the Gulf Coast Coliseum. And with any luck, I may be able to get a chance to maybe engage in a little basketball competition with our Harlem Globetrotter. So stick around. We'll be right back. Tyler? We are here at Big Play with Brianna Hoops Green, right, with the Harlem Globetrotters. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Before we get into the whole basketball thing, what got you kind of started into it? Was it a family pastime?
Born and raised in Lexington, Kentucky. So, that alone says it for itself, growing up in a basketball state. But I picked up a ball because my older brother, around 4 or 5 years old, he was playing basketball and I wanted to be like him. And that's what he was doing. So I just fell in love with the game at a young age, and it just allowed me to travel the world, and I played at all levels now.
So you said you were influenced by your brother. Were there certain skill sets or certain techniques that you learned or developed from him?
I think just from him mainly, it was my competitive nature. Just me and him would go at it one-on-one all day, every day. And we had a little mini hoop, a little tight hoop in the basement. We would raise it to the highest it could go, and we would just play in there. We would try to dunk on each other. We would go
talking
at it.
Smack.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
My mom would have to bring us in for dinner at night. We were playing all the time. So I think just playing against him, playing against guys, that competitive nature brought it out.
Now, you are one of only 5 female Globetrotters, correct? There's only been 5.
Well, I'm the 15th in 94 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, do you find there is a difference between playing versus men versus women? And if so, what would be that difference?
Playing, I haven't played against a woman I feel like it's been a long time now. It's been a couple of years. But playing collegiately and playing professionally, playing against women, they're more my size, my height, so that's something. But playing against men, like I said, I've been doing it since I was little, I was a little girl. Obviously, men tend to be quicker, stronger,
A little more physical.
more physical. So that's the thing that kind of separates it. Because overall, I think women can, as far as skill level, women are matched with men. I think so. Like, women can shoot the ball just as good, women can handle the ball just as good, but it's just men are more physical because they're stronger, they're taller, they're quicker. So that's the difference, I would say.
Well, and before we were shooting, I saw that you were, you had this in your hands. You were dribbling it pretty much everywhere, under your legs, all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, that comes down to like anything else: practice, 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 right?
Yeah, like anything, you could do it. I mean, you could just like filming and recording. Yeah, you could. If somebody practices it, they'll be able to do it like anything in life. If you invest in time and hours, you'll eventually get the hang of it. So it comes naturally to me.
Did you have any favorite players growing up?
My favorite player was Kobe Bryant and Allen Iverson.
And what was it about them that made you that drew you to them?
I've always been a Laker fan, so Kobe Bryant was his mentality, just that Mamba mentality that we call it now, but just like resilient, and he was just a problem on the court. Nobody was going to stop him. Nobody was going to get in his way. He was just going to go through you. So that was with him. It was his mentality, and with Allen Iverson, it was just like his swag, his confidence, the way he handled the basketball, and those are the players that I looked up to and just kind of idolized my game after.
Well, and Brian's practice regimen.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was just second to none.
Yeah, I mean, he was he was very passionate about the game. He was one of the greatest to ever do it. He was just different from everybody else. He separated himself.
Now you had countless offers to play college all over the place, and you chose UTEP.
Yep.
What made you decide UTEP?
So I narrowed it down. I think my top 5 were UTEP, South Carolina, Florida. I can't even remember. Kansas. I can't even remember now. But UTEP was my last school, my last official visit that I went on. And I got on the phone. I was able to talk to Don Haskins, which was pretty cool. And he was bribing me, telling me why I should come to UTEP. The school was great. I knew I was going to be able to come in. I knew I was going to be able to start. I knew that I liked the players, and it was different. Like, it was a completely different atmosphere of what I was used to. It was far away from home, and I just wanted to get away a little bit and just kind of grow up. And they were ranked top 25 in the nation at the time, so it was a good school. And I don't know if you've seen the movie Glory Road or not. It's where Kentucky, Adolph Rupp, the coach, was at Kentucky. They played UTEP, which was Texas Western, and so that kind of had a history together. But that's why.
Now you've also played, I think, Mexico, Spain, Czech Republic.
Yep.
Which really kind of emphasizes that basketball is really a global game. People think of soccer as a global game, but basketball really is also a very global game.
Definitely a global game. It's only getting bigger. There's plenty of players on the NBA that are from, I don't know, France, just Europe in general,
Spain.
All over Europe. Yeah, Spain, France, Poland, I don't even know. It's definitely a global game, and I mean, basketball is all around the world.
Was there anything different about playing there than playing in the States?
Honestly, it's the physicality of it. When I went to Mexico, it was really physical. I don't know if it's because when you play overseas, you're only allowed to have one international player. So they usually you're only allowed to have basically 2 Americans. So people knew that, and they're just like kind of
they just
do it.
Try to just steamroll.
It's getting your head, and but you just gotta play through it.
So they just try to steamroll over you, basically.
There was some moments, yeah,
where they get through the phizicality of it.
I'm like, geez, yeah.
So let's talk about the Globetrotters. How did that opportunity come about for you?
So I was playing. I had just gotten back from Mexico, and I had to have a knee surgery. So one day I was working at IMG Academy in Florida, and I hadn't been cleared by the doctor yet, but I knew I could start dribbling at least a little bit. So I was basically just bored, and I recorded myself dribbling, and I posted it on Facebook, and it went viral for whatever reason, and a recruiter invited me to try out. Here I am.
And then you tried out, and there you were.
Here I am.
Now, were you familiar with the Globetrotters growing up?
I had went to a game when I was about 8 years old. My aunt took me and my brother to a game. She said I was like mesmerized, and I thought it was amazing. That was probably the last time I saw them. I seen them on Scooby-Doo like once or twice.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, but I didn't really exactly follow them until I, started being interested in joining the team.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go to a break in a minute.
Okay.
That way we can go to commercial, pay a few bills, and then we're going to come right back with Brianna Hoop Screen with the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. And we are back with Brianna Hoop Screen here at Big Play in Biloxi. Tell us a little bit about the practice regimen that you guys have to go through, because when a Globetrotters game is more than just a game. It's theatrical. It's a show. It's fun. The kids love it. Tell us a little bit about what your regimen is for trying to be able to make all that happen for everyone.
So before the tour starts, before we get that rolling out, we have training camp. It's where the entire team comes in, and we're working on our tricks, our ball handling. We're working on the game. Trying to figure it out what works best. Going over the skits, the famous skits, and just trying to perfect it. We're trying to master it and get it down 100%. Because when people show up to a game, we don't want to have missed dunks. We don't want to have missed shots. And granted, we're human and it's a live show. Things happen, but we still, just keep rolling with it and just have fun.
Well, that's the key. It's even kind of like the show. Every once in a while, there's a hiccup, and you just kind of roll through it. It's just the show must go on.
Yeah, must.
So, I read somewhere Wilt Chamberlain.
Yep.
Wilt Chamberlain was a Globetrotter.
Yeah, he was.
That's pretty amazing.
I mean, that's one of the greatest, right?
Yeah.
To be a Globetrotter before the NBA. It's just amazing to have his name mentioned with the Globetrotters on the roster.
Now, we talked a little bit before about being female and on the team. What does that mean to you insofar as a platform? Do you feel you have the ability to inspire other either young girls or women in that sense?
I'd say so. Literally after every game, I'll have a mom or dad say, "Thank you for being an inspiration to my daughter." And oftentimes I'll get DMs or messages from little girls asking for advice or tell them that they look up to me, which, it's amazing. I try to be the best role model or influence, inspiration that they need. If they, I'm trying to raise the bar, continue to break barriers and pave the path for women.
Are there any particular memories that stand out to you from your overall career so far that are the things that you would say are kind of like real high points? Whether it be meeting somebody or being able to play against somebody,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I've met plenty of celebrities and amazing people, but for me, the biggest thing was when I mentioned that my first time I went to a Globetrotter game when I was 8 years old with my brother. My aunt took me. It was in Lexington, Kentucky. First time I ever been in Rupp Arena, and it was to see the Globetrotters play. So 2 years ago, I had the opportunity where I was going to be playing at Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky as a Globetrotter. Full circle moment. My entire family was there. My aunt was there. My brother was there. So it was like when I was a kid, first experience with the Globetrotters was at my hometown. And then when I was older, I was playing.
How awesome is that?
It was pretty awesome.
So tell us about your upcoming game coming here at the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum.
So it's March 11th. You can get your tickets at HarlemGlobetrotters.com. It's the Pushing the Limits tour. The dunks, the trick shots, the ball handling. This year, we're setting the tone, raising the bar. We'll be attempting to break a world record with a trick shot. We've added a fifth quarter, a 4-point shot, 35 feet away from the line now. Push that back, and just a lot of fun, a lot of crowd interaction. Again, we love getting the fans involved and that engagement. And we'll be doing our magic circle routine in the dark.
That's cool.
With the glow in the dark
so
basketball.
We are going to head over to the hoops over there and have a little friendly competition.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. So do I get a nickname?
What's your full name? What's your full first name?
David Joseph Maloney.
Money Maloney.
Money Maloney. There you go. Money it is. My son's name is G. Now he'll be calling me G Money.
G Money Maloney.
G Money Maloney. And let's go play this game.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, hoops. So let's we'll give this the shot right there. You're the guest, so you get to go first.
Guests go first?
Yep, guests go first.
Ah.
There you go.
Oh, this is tough. Oh.
Still going. We got 33 seconds.
This is a little different.
He suggests using the backboard.
Backboard?
You got your 3-pointers now.
Woo! It's tiring.
Found the zone.
I lost the zone.
Oh, the buzzer beater. Yeah, works it out.
Dang!
Works it out. I'm going to throw these back in here because I don't want the unfair advantage there.
Yeah.
Okay. You get extra points for hitting the light?
36.
Huh?
36.
Okay, so what was our score there? Huh? 36. That's the score to beat? Okay,
36.
Let's try this thing.
Yeah.
Solo. I got to warn you, I got a secret weapon here.
Hey. Backboard.
Told you, use the backboard. Uh-oh. There we go.
There you go.
Come on. There you go. That one's in.
Woo!
Oh,
Backboard.
it's
the suit. We got these suits on.
the suit.
Gotta get out of the suit.
Yeah, the suit does hold things up a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that was too low. Hit my arm.
20 seconds. Hey! Oh.
Give me a little more juice here. Come on. A little bit more.
There it
A
is.
little bit more.
There it is. Oh, you about to beat me. What? Oh!
How close?
You beat me. 2 points.
Now, you want to know why I beat her?
Why?
I'm going to show you why I beat her. Here's
You
why I
got the
beat
jersey
her.
on.
Here's why I beat her.
See it. Yeah.
There you go.
I like
Brianna,
it.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
It's fun.
Gotta wipe the sweat off. And we are back. We're here with Brandon Woolbridge over at Big Play in Biloxi, Mississippi. Brandon, you own the place here, yeah?
I do. It's a family business, but I own and operate it on a daily basis.
How did you get into it?
Well, it's kind of a product post-Katrina world. We're in the development business, and all the other family entertainment centers have been destroyed in the storm. And the national economy was not doing well, so some of our other developments got put on hold, and we had the vacant real estate and said, we should do some family entertainment.
Now, you've got kind of a big place here. I mean, you've got more than one building. It looks as if you've got bowling, right?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you tell me all the different things you
Yeah,
have?
so now we've got 12 lanes of bowling, full-service restaurant and bar. We're up to about 160 arcade games. We have go-karts, bumper cars, and 2 miniature golf courses. So now we've added this virtual reality attraction that we're sitting in now, and we are about to break ground on a new go-kart track across the street as well, a multi-level track.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Tell me about this virtual reality thing.
Well, it's latest and greatest in the VR world. It's a 4-player game. It's kind of a combination of virtual reality and esports. So there is a competitive nature to it. And we keep a leaderboard running nationwide for all this. And we give away $4,500 a month and $700 a week in cash prizes. So about $100,000 a year, sponsored by HTC and Vive headsets. And kind of the newest, latest, and greatest at kind of combining the esports world with the virtual reality.
So it's kind of like when I remember you go to like an Applebee's or something, and you'd be able to play the quiz game, and you'd be competing with everybody all across the country.
Yeah.
You're saying when you play this game, you're actually also competing with other people.
Yeah, similar concept. So any other entertainment center like a Dave & Buster's that has them in Texas, the prize pool, everything goes into one. I think there's about 25 units out nationwide right now. I think they're expecting to have about 50 by the end of the year. I think it's a very fun game. It gives people a reason to come back and keep playing.
As far as do you guys do things like birthday parties and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. We, of course, we like to say we're the coolest party on the coast, but we do a lot of corporate events, team building exercises, a lot of military group events, going away parties, bachelor parties, anything you can imagine. We're happy to have it in whatever form it comes in.
As far as the bowling, do you guys? A lot of times there's bowling places, they have leagues and stuff. Do you guys do any league stuff?
We don't do leagues. We do what we call beer leagues. We'll do some fun recreational leagues, but we really don't. We're not that competitive with it. We can only fit the 12 lanes in, so we knew we weren't going to have like mega.
So you got it. Yeah, you have to have more for that, eh?
Yeah, and so we do the. League bowlers are a little more uptight. They like it quiet and lights on. So
that's true.
We like to have a party atmosphere, having the disco lights going, the music bumping. So we're more of a family, just fun place than we are seriously.
Tell us a little bit about the menu here at the restaurant.
Yeah, it's upscale American bar food. So we've got your typical burgers, pizzas, and wings. We've got the po' boys, tacos. So stuff that everyone's familiar with, but we like to think that we just do a really good job of doing the basics.
As far as the games here, do you guys have special packages or things that people can do? I know it's like, for example, most people are familiar. This is kind of very, I'm not going to say the name of the big national chain, but there's a big national chain. It reminds me a lot of, where you got different cards and you don't have to use tokens, right? You can use cards here.
So they were the kind of the trailblazers in that, and more or less everyone in the industry is going over to that now. But it allows us to really track everything, but also we say the more you pay, the more you play. So if you put more money on a card, you get more bonus cash. So the money goes a little bit farther with that, and that's very important to us. With being big play, we wanted to offer a lot of value with our play time.
As far as do you guys have things where they accrue ticket coupons and stuff, and the kids can trade stuff in for toys?
We've got about 1,000 square foot prize store. So the largest one on the coast. We've got one in each building, and we've got everything from the little army men for the little kids up to kitchen appliances and power tools for the adults. So we really don't. We're very family friendly, but we don't want to be just a kid's place.
That makes a ton of sense. Well, I definitely appreciate you being here. Yeah. How can people, is there a website, or do you guys are on social media? How can people find out about you?
We're all over Facebook and Instagram, but also just bigplaybiloxi.com. It's got all of our attractions, all of our pricing, hours of operation, everything you need.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being with us. That is our show for tonight. I want to thank Hoops Green from the Harlem Globetrotters for being on the show. Also Josh, again, with Vista Event Productions for stepping in and helping us with sound. And of course, Tyler Livingston and the Absolutes. Tyler, take us home.